Hey, Nier is back, and we're currently driving around the streets of Monaco for Season 9 in the SR3. And, we are trying to get ourselves right into qualifying. Qualifying typically has a ton of traffic as we get confused on the pit access road for the beginning of qualifying, cutting over to later in that lap where we try and see if we can overtake as many cars as we can, get as much heat into the tires as we can, just trying to throw the car into some of the corners. And we managed to overtake two cars on the back straightaway, and we're going to slide through into the end of the sector into Razgaz, and SVT Cobra gets a poor exit, so we just fly straight around him here at the beginning of qualifying. There's going to be no love lost between me and some other drivers as I try and set my first banker lap of the session, losing the rear of the car over the curb, getting all of the extra rev boosts indeed as we try and head toward the second sector here in a moment. And we've managed to go pretty far up on our second sector split. However, we do have Ninja Slice in front of us, so hopefully he won't impede us too much toward the end of the lap, though it is a banker lap, so it doesn't matter all too much as we check up just a little bit in that corner. We weren't sure how well the car was going to slow down for the first time out on colder tires, not cold tires, and we're going to come out of Razcast, get some wonderful slipstream from behind Ninja Slice, and we're going to go into P number 3 for the start of the session. So not too bad for just a banker lap at the start of the session, but we do have to go out for another warm-up lap. This is the beginning of our actual time lap that we're about to do here for the first round of Monaco, each round holding 2 sprint races. So this is our Wednesday race, and I managed to kind of drift through to turn 1, trying to see if I can go slightly up on my first sector split, get some understeer through the right-hander, crest the bump, go head onto the brakes, and we've currently beat our first sector time. How about our second sector time? Coming down the hill, very smooth on the brakes, carrying quite a bit of speed, almost run into the curb on the exit, and we managed to be up on our sector 2 time. What is our sector 3 time gonna look like? We lost a little bit of speed on entry out of Trebek into the swimming pool, and we're coming out of the swimming pool now, not carrying too much momentum into Razkaz, but we seem to be about 3/10 up. We'll understeer out of the corner. We managed to keep it clean. We're going to come down the main straight now, many cars exiting onto the main straight, and we have set a lap about 2/10 faster, which is going to keep us into the top 5, which is not too shabby at all, as we're going to come out for our 3rd and 4th final laps. Hopefully we will be able to get 2 clean runs in as we come down into turn 1. This is probably one of the better turn 1s I've had throughout the session. And we're now cutting over to sector 3. We seem to be not too great of a lap, but we seem to be doing way better on our sector 3 split than we were earlier in the evening. We're going to come around the corner now, and what's this? Mech Zero has spun it. We've had to check up, and that's one of our 2 laps gone. We only have 1 more lap here to try and set a time that's going to get us within the top 5, but the question is, will we be able to do it without getting impeded by traffic? We're going to find out as we cut to the first sector split, and we seem to be 3/10 up already, so it's looking marvelous here for the qualifying effort that we're trying to put in, coming down the hill on to the tunnel straightaway. Turned it a little early. We managed to get the power down very early indeed, almost brushing the wall on the exit, definitely brushing the curb on the exit. We're going to be coming around the bend down the hill now into the bus stop chicane, mounting the curb there, leaving no room on the exit, going 5/10 faster this time around. We gained 2/10 in the second sector, 3/10 in the first sector. Coming through Trebek, we didn't get the greatest exit there, got a little bit of wobble on the exit there. Coming out of the swimming pool, mounting the curb, coming into Ras-Kass. If we look at the top split, we're 7/10 up, but will it be enough to get us ahead of Travick Fiskerton and get us into the top 5? We've done it! 6/10 up, P5 just behind Sinister, and that's going to round out our qualifying session.
Else out of that, boys. Break his X.
Top 5 in the first round of the Monaco Grand Prix are qualifying results. Delb ended up taking the pole. No, not really, just being shy of that by a few tenths. We've got Gosu in 3rd, Sinister 4th, ourselves in the 5th position, Fiskerton 7th, Travick 8th, Scott Mick 9th, and
not the best qualifying.
I believe we have one more in 10th. And I think that'll do for this qualifying session. We're hoping to see if we can get a really good break off of the line and not to try and jump the start as all of the drivers get ready for the start call. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to record the voice for that, so we're just going to have to go off of video. As the revs go up, and the hammer goes down. We're going down the main straightaway. Fiskerton getting an electric start once again, but we have to take the off-road just to avoid a collision going too wide into turn 1. So we hand Fiskerton the position just to avoid the incident this early in the race. We're on lap 1, and that's probably the cleanest lap 1 I have ever seen in Monaco. I mean, I've been through a lot of Monaco Grand Prix and I've witnessed a lot of them, and that was a very clean turn 1 as we dive down the inside, everyone checking up, coming down into the Lowe's hairpin. It is a very sensitive section indeed, but usually the leaders are pretty late into there, so I'm not sure what's going on, but we managed to mount the inside curve on the Lowe's hairpin, and we're going to come down toward the tunnel in P number 6, which isn't too great for us, just double checking our brake bias as we come into the next lap. Doing fairly well indeed. We come into the first corner very cautiously. Sinister losing the back of his car, almost flying straight into the right-hand wall coming up the hill.
Really close.
Very close indeed, as we're going to come around the first sector and we're into P number 5, so we're making some decent progress. Not the best progress I've seen, but we'll have to see as we're about to cut over into the next few laps of the Grand Prix, lap number 3, and Fiskerton pulls a Nico knee to the access road, putting us up into P number 4. So we're going to see if we can try and catch the back of Gosu Noob coming down the hill into the tunnel section. Now he runs very wide onto the exit curb. We don't get the acceleration we want out of the corner. So we're going to see, currently he's braking slipstream. We're going to see if we can brake a lot later, which we indeed do, and we catch up to the back of him. But on the very next lap, we lose the rear end and slam the car straight into the wall. Meanwhile, Sinister, seeing the wreckage, dives it up the inside and forces us into the wall again. We're going to have to check up behind him, and I guess my questions were answered. I asked what in the world was that move. He said it was Monaco, so we're going to try and see if we can dive it down the inside. We can't really, so we back out of the move, losing the back end of the car over the curb, and we're down into P number 5. I'm complaining about the engine damage as the engine continues to pour plumes of smoke down the straightaway into Fiskerton's face, and he's not going to be too happy about that. As we come to the first sector, first time in a while we've done it cleanly, but we're down on our first sector split by 8/10. As we come around Ras-Kass this time around, we go into the corner and lose the rear and go into the wall.
the
Fiskerton going around the outside. Not sure what happened to the rear end grip we had at the beginning of the race. We're going to try and dive it as deep as we can, and we just a little too late and slam into the side of the wall.
I just don't have the grip right now, and I don't have the engine. So I'm just going to go backwards at this point.
So already qualms for us in the 6th lap of the Grand Prix. Not sure how well we're going to do. I don't think we can make up any more positions. And as we cut on to the last lap, we've managed to hang on to the 6th position. So overall, not a great race from where we qualified. We've finished a position lower than where we started. But overall, the race could have been a lot worse of a race. So I hope you guys enjoyed that little bit of racing, a bit of insight into the Monaco Grand Prix here at PRD. If you'd like more content like this, be free to hit that subscribe button on the top right of your screen toward the end, and I will catch you guys
You just hit the radiator
later.
That was the race, pretty much. It wasn't people messing up, it wasn't people crashing in front of me, it was literally me not getting the radiator duct right, and when I bend it, I bend it.